when the goal came, I mean, I could have jumped over the stand. It was wonderful.
I was playing against the lad Nelson at the back, and he didn't really know which way I was going, to be fairly honest. He couldn't work me out. And it was no surprise when I just crossed one in and cheese-headed something and thumped one straight in the corner of the net. I mean, it was just all that we couldn't have had a better start to be in the First Division.
Well, he's put over so many lovely little crosses, Whitehead, and there was another of them. The marking very questionable there. The heading superb of Paul Cheesley, and Bristol City score their first goal back in the First Division.
It was the highest spot, I think, of our career in the First Division yet. A pity it was on the first day.
One for Bristol City, two for the boys in red, three for the fans down Ashton Gate. Follow till we're dead, me boy. Follow till we're dead.
3 days after that extraordinary game at Arsenal, over 32,000 people packed into Ashton Gate for the first home game of the season against Stoke City. Paul Cheesley was the man of the moment, and he must have felt he had the world at his feet. Fate, though, had other plans.
We were putting some pressure on. The ball came across. I'd gone for a ball. Peter Shilton had come out. We just brushed shoulders, and I eventually ended up in a pile on the floor. But having seen the video 1,000 times over, people blame Peter Shilton. He didn't do a thing. I'd love to have an excuse to blame somebody for ending my career, but I just fell awkwardly.
When you do that, a little bit. No pain when I do that to you?
Yeah, you made a tremendous start to the season. Personally, you really shook the Arsenal up. You looked very good for 15 minutes, and then bingo, you can be out for weeks.
Yeah, well, that's the game, I suppose, isn't it?
How long do you feel it might be before it's right?
I haven't any idea, but I had this trouble before. It was only a few weeks, but I think with a bit of luck, it might be just 2 weeks. Well, to adjust at 23 years of age, finishing a career that could have been blossoming, it's a bit of a sad story, but, you know, I've had worse luck in my life. You just got to get up and kick again and get on with something else.
How good a player was Paul Cheesley?
If his injury didn't stop him, I think he would play for England.
If you were comparing today, and I'm sure Paul wouldn't mind or be embarrassed, that he would be the sort of player that Les Ferdinand is, just maybe a different colour.
We never really replaced Paul. Paul was a superman, and he was a fabulous footballer. I don't necessarily say it was the finish of us, but it was one hell of a blow that I don't think we really recovered from.
Wallace is coming in, but this is Ferguson. And another brilliant save by John Shaw. Oh, what a fine effort by Wallace and by Shaw. Well, John Shaw will never play a better game for Bristol than the one he's having this afternoon.
One of the key signings was Norman Hunter, who'd earned himself a fearsome reputation as one of the hardest players in the league, playing for Leeds, then quite simply, the hardest team in the league.
I was very disappointed when Alan signed Norman. I moved over to left back, and I don't think I ever really played as consistently well as I did in the central defence.
20-3, he used to take his shirt off, his clothes, and he put his strip on, and it was like his neck used to come up, and it was like two faces. And for 90 minutes, it was a different person.
His own ability to play was tremendous. I think he's probably one of the best left-sided defenders England's produced. But Norman was tremendous on the pitch. Off the pitch, you'd be come back from away games, and normally the lads used to play cards and all that. And Big Norman used to scoop the cards up, throw them out the window. Right, let's get down with talk about football.
Man behind, also Hunter. Plenty of variations for Bristol. It's for Hunter, and it's a lovely goal, extremely well taken by Norman Hunter. Brings him his third goal of the season.
prodigal son returned to Ashton Gate at a cost of £110,000, exactly the same fee it had cost Chelsea to prize him away 5 years earlier.
Harris. Again, one towards the near post. Garland up well!